Well, first off, give UAB a lot of credit. They're a really good basketball team. And there's a reason why they've won the games they've won. Finished where they finished at. Big physical team and got some guys that's very difficult to defend. And it was a challenge. Both teams at 11 o'clock in the morning. It was a hard-fought physical game. But I thought our guys, again, came out of that locker room. When we had to, force our wheel on another team, I thought we did it. That zone slowed us down. It's probably the first time we've seen zone for 38 minutes, 39 minutes, whatever it was. It was a lot of minutes, first possession of the game. They were set to not let the ball get inside and make us shoot jump shots. Well, we probably did that a little bit too much early. We didn't get inside much. It was jammed up. And I thought that we kind of went spread a little bit on them, particularly that second half. I thought we got to driving the ball, and that helped us a bunch. Defensively, the job that Davion did, or everybody did all day long. We had great individual efforts. Charles was a beast, and I thought Josh and Carson, Josh's quickness out there was terrific. And, Tay took a early knee over to the thigh that I think limped him around a little bit. But I thought, again, the job that Davey did on Urkel, whatever his name is, was huge. I know the second half, he only got 5 points. Anytime you play against zones, somewhere along the way, you got to make some shots. You just got to make some. And again, we had some guys come off that bench. Rawls and Luke come off the bench and hit 5 threes between them. And as a team, we shoot 10 for 20. Again, it's amazing. We lead the league in 3-point percentage. You guys know we're not a great shooting 3-point team because we don't take a lot of them. But when you playing against zone for 40 minutes, we only attempted 20, but we were very efficient in that 20. And but again, I thought we spread it out a little bit. I thought it opened up some lanes to drive that basketball. Again, our guys did a terrific job absorbing a quick scout. You get to the hotel at 9 o'clock last night, you're playing again at 11 this morning. They absorbed it as well as you can absorb it. So those guys deserve a lot of credit for them. You can't get to the championship game till you win that second one. It's a 3-game season. You got to take them one at a time. Now we're down to 1 game. And it's nothing better to get up on an early, now playing at 11 o'clock. Hey, that's a good thing. Now we get some rest. We get a chance to recover a little bit. Now it's 8 o'clock game Saturday night. So our guys will have a chance to rest a little bit and recover.
Hey, Coach. Jared McDonald with the Daily News. I know you said Charles was a beast. He was a game-time decision with that back coming in. At what point did you know he was going to be good to go? And, what does it say about him to battle through that, to have 22, 7, and 4 blocks, with 3 of which came in the final 4 minutes?
Yeah, those 3 blocks in that stretch was huge. Charles has always been a tough young man. When he couldn't go, he just physically couldn't go. We were concerned. It was game time. He went through warm-ups. I didn't know. He walked through scouting report this morning, 7:30. Just didn't know. Absolutely didn't know. Didn't know if he could go, how effective he could be. But it's very obvious that he pushed through it and fought through it. I'm sure he's got some soreness, but he had about a 12-hour turnaround last night, 14-hour turnaround. Now we've got at least 30, 32, 34-hour turnaround. So I don't think at this point he was smiling after the game. I didn't even ask him how he was. I don't want to know because I saw them stats. He was pretty good.
Hey, Coach, this is Nate Keyser from the College Heights Herald. Not only did you have Charles go off, but you had Davion that really stepped up, played the most minutes on the team, was able to drop 13. What's to just say about his play leading you guys to this championship game?
Well, he was a guy that y'all have heard me say this before. Remember watching him in AAU play an 8 o'clock AAU game, and he was the hardest playing guy on that court. So I wasn't worried about him. And you guys have seen him play enough now. He's not affected by scoring. If he doesn't get no shots, it doesn't affect his effort. It doesn't affect his effort if he turns it over. Nothing affects his effort. And that's a rare trait that you got to have. A lot of players are influenced by scoring baskets. He's not. He's one of those guys that takes on that challenge defensively. And again, basically every game we've played, he's gone against a terrific point guard. I mean, this league, every team has a really good point guard. And he's held his own as a young guy, and then a little bit more. I thought today was the first time he's played against zone 3 times. Rice twice. He had 18 assists, no turnovers. Today he has 9 assists, no turnovers. The difference today was his team half-court trapped you a little bit back into the zone. But the zone today got spread out a little bit. We got him in that lane driving that basketball. And you guys know he's strong enough and tough enough to go in there and finish around that rim.
Coach Jared with the Daily News again. You know, yesterday the first half defense really pushed you guys ahead, and then you guys came out of the second half and, you know, really pulled ahead, I think, by 23 at one point. Today you hold them to 10 points through the first 13 minutes of the second half. You know, coming out of halftime these last 3 days, you know, what's been the biggest key in, you know, maintaining that focus and you know, kind of separating yourself?
Well, I had to look at tape, but anytime you come out of the locker room, those first 4 minutes, that second half are critical. And I would say the last 4 minutes, last 8 minutes of those 2 games, starting the second half, four each game, I'd say we've won those 8 minutes, 4 minutes each stretch, each game by a lot. And that's a huge key. I don't remember exactly where we got them at, who made the shots. It's very early, so Luke wasn't in the game. Rawls wasn't in the game. I don't know if Charles stepped out there in horns. I know we got him in horns. Where he steps out and knocks down a 3. And again, anytime you make a few threes, it gives you some energy. How many threes do we have second half? 5 for 9 second half. 5 for 9 second half. That's pretty efficient for us.
Coach Dominique Yates with the Courier Journal, just to watch a lot of guys that haven't played in this postseason atmosphere, but just to watch them just step up like this, like Davion and so many guys. I mean, do you just see their confidence just continually growing? It's just even in crunch time when, you know, Davion iced the game with those free throws?
Well, that's called toughness. You know, going those free throw lines and making free throws. There's some good free throw shooters can make them. Sometimes in critical moments of games, they can't make them. You know, Tavion and Dave, those guys may miss some free throws, but most of the time when that game's on the line, that toughness. You gotta be tough enough mentally to go up there, make free throws. And Dave did that again. You know, this wasn't a pretty game offensively. You're not gonna let it be pretty. We did it without some guys having the best offensive days. Tavion, you know, not many days. He's, you know, he still gets 7 points. Josh gets 3 points. Carson gets 2 points. But we found different ways again. Luke, 3 threes he made, 9 points, and Rawls has 6 points, 3 assists, no turnovers. Those are big stats right there, especially coming off that bench. We had 17 points, they're 4.
Coach Fred Gallagher from WKY, you've been to the rodeo before, you've been in this position before. Is there equity out of that you can tell these guys for tomorrow? Anything you've learned going into a title game that can make a difference tomorrow?
Listen, we got 2 or 3 guys that's been in title games, different teams, different years. It's all the same. Hey, tomorrow we know what we're doing. You're playing for a championship. And with this championship, there's something else that comes with this championship. We've had some guys been here, you know, last 3 years. It's 3 years in a row now. Josh and Tavion's freshman year, that ball rolled around the rim 2 or 3 times. The next year, we got a shot that tied up under 30 seconds. And we all know what happened. We never got a shot at it last year. We know what happened in the regular season game. So last 3 years we've had it. We've been here. But it's a totally different team, those other teams. That's one thing I'll take from it. I got a different team. Those other teams are really good. So is this team. This is a different kind of team. So as I've said, you know, it was a 3-game season. You can't get to the second game till you win the first one. We did that last night. Can't get to the championship game till you win that second one. You got to focus on every one of them, because every one of them is a season-ending game, or you got to sit and wait. But now we put ourselves again in position to go play for a championship. And championships are not easy to come by. At the end of that championship, we also know what's at stake with this championship. Our guys will be ready. I have zero question about that. We will be ready. It'll be a good Louisiana Tech team or a good North Texas team, either or. All right, Jerry, you get to join another night, man.